Effective communication is the backbone of anything that happens in life. Communication. Communication is the word that is derived from the Latin word communis. Communis means common or share. So, in communication, there is a daily conversation between people or exchange of information between people. So, this is called communication. So, it is essential to learn or to understand the various models of communication which has been suggested by various theorists to master in art of communication. So, in communication, we have various models of communication. That too, we have three primary models of communication. First one is all about linear model. Second one is all about transactional model. Third one is all about interactive model. So these models we have 8 models of communication. Okay, so in first linear model, we have Aristotle model, Lasswell model, Shannon-Weaver model. Fourth one is David Berlo's SMCR model. Second one is all about transactional model. In transactional model, we have Barnlund's model of communication. Second one is all about Dan's helical model. So third one is all about third primary model of communication is all about interactive model. In interactive model, we have Osgood's model of communication, and second one Wesley and McLean model of communication. These are the 8 models of communication we have in these 3 primary models of communication. So these models helps us to understand how messages are delivered, received, and interpreted. Linear model. The model describes communication as one-way process. In linear model, we have 4 main communication models. So first one is Aristotle model, second one is Shannon-Weaver model, third one is Lasswell model, fourth one is David Berlo's SMCR model. So these 4 models are one-way process models. Okay, so second one is all about interactive model. In interactive model, the model describes communication as a two-way process. In interactive model, we have 2 models of communication. Okay, so third one is all about transactional model. In transactional model, the model recognizes that communication becomes more complex as communication evolve. So in this model, we have 2 main models of communication. Okay, so these are the models of communication, 8 models of communication. Okay, so let's see what is linear model of communication. In linear model of communication, let's see 4 main communication model. First one is Aristotle model. Aristotle model is the first model of communication about 2500 years ago, around 3000 BC. This is the oldest model of communication. Okay, so Aristotle model is all about speaker, speech, audience. Okay, this is all about Aristotle model. And to persuade the audience, Aristotle suggested 3 styles actually. First one is all about ethos, logos, pathos. Ethos is all about the speaker's moral character. Second one, logos. Logos is nothing but logic. Okay, so it's all about convincing the audience. So third one is all about pathos. Pathos is all about emotions. Emotions is nothing but influencing the audiences. So these are the 3 persuasion styles suggested by Aristotle to influence the mind of the listeners. So this is all about Aristotle model. Lasswell model of communication. In 1948, Harlan D. Lasswell gives us a model of communication. It's all about who says what, in which channel, to whom, with what effect. So, who? Let me explain you with a simple example. Okay, so who is me, says what. What I'm coming to say is what my message is all about, models of communication. In which channel? In which channel is all about the medium. Okay, so next is all about to whom. To whom I'm saying this message. The message is to the audience who is watching this video. With what effect? The effect which is being created after the message is being received by the audience, by the receiver. Lasswell was especially concerned about with the consequences of mass communication on masses. So, through the effect analysis, Lasswell aimed to know about the effect which is being created by the message which is being received by the receivers. So this is all about the Lasswell model of communication. Shannon-Weaver model and as well as David Berlo's SMCR model. These are the two models which we are going to see in linear model of communication. Okay, so first Shannon-Weaver model. So Shannon-Weaver model was found in 1949 after Lasswell's model of communication. So their main aim to create this model is all about telephone communication. Okay, so what happened here is all about these two people, Shannon and Weaver. Shannon was a mathematician and Weaver was a scientist. These two people worked in Bell telephones in US. So the prime concern of USA was to find out the most efficient ways of communication. Okay, so what they did was Shannon-Weaver found out a concept called noise. Okay, so in Shannon-Weaver model. Okay, so what happened here is they found out the noise and they want to minimize the noise in the communication process. So then only the message will be received by the receiver clearly. This was the concept of Shannon-Weaver. Okay, what is David Berlo's SMCR model says about is all about. This model was found in 1960. Okay, by the communication theorist David Berlo. What he did was he was also proposing the similar concept called accuracy. Okay, so what he was doing is he was also he wanted to omit noise. Actually, he wanted to omit the noise. He wanted to eliminate the noise here, and he found out the concept called accuracy. End of the day, both of them were trying to find out and trying to send the message clearly to the receiver. That was their whole concept. Their whole concept was to Shannon and Weaver concept was to minimize the noise. Here, David Berlo found out a concept called accuracy. Okay, what he did was he just eliminated the noise and he found out the concept called accuracy here to send the message, send the communication properly to the receiver. These are the two models which is like a similar kind of model which was developed by Shannon and Weaver and as well as David Berlo. Okay, so this is all about these are the four models in the primary communication model, like linear model of communication. So first one is all about Aristotle model, Lasswell model. Third one is all about Shannon and Weaver. Fourth one is all about David Berlo's SMCR model. I just left out one point in SMCR model, like the David Berlo's SMCR model. He talks about the 6 elements actually. What is all about is SMCR, source, message, channel, and as well as receiver. So what he includes here is here I just said about the 4 elements. Those 2 elements is all about in between the source and message. He includes the encoder option, and between the channel as well as the receiver, he includes the option called decoding. So these are the 6 elements he talks about. David Bellows talks about. Okay, this is all about David Bellows communication model.